Good morning, everybody, and welcome to 1 Million Cups. So glad to have everybody. We have a fantastic speaker today. We have Mr. Steve Reinagel with Pinnacle Elite. He and his wife are going to come and talk a little bit about their business. So it's great to have everybody. I hope everybody has a cup of coffee and let's enjoy. All right, Steve, it's all yours.
All right, thank you, Lori. Thank you, and thank you to everyone who's on this morning for your time and for allowing me to share, giving me some of your morning to share about our company, which has only been in the area here in Fayetteville for a few months now. So as we're going this morning, I'm going to keep this short and quick, but if you have any questions, please feel free to jump in and I will be glad to answer. Actually, my wife Patsy here is going to keep an eye on the chat. So if you want to type in stuff, she can stop me and we can make sure those get addressed. But I want to get started by telling you a little bit about us. Pinnacle Elite is a financial services company. We've been around for about 20 years and based predominantly in California. But our CEO, Eric Olson, he's given us the task of creating a strong presence for that company here in the Southeast region with our base right here in Fayetteville. Eric Olson founded this company with the motto of no family left behind. So our mission is to reach as many individuals and families as possible. And our message is to take the strategies that the super rich have used for generations, that they use to protect, to grow their wealth. And we want to bring those strategies down to everyday Americans so they can all benefit from them. And we do this in the form of financial education, personal assessments, and solutions offerings. And so far, right now, we have two teams in this area. My team, the team I'm on, consists of 4 people: myself, my wife Patsy, and 2 other people. And there's one other team that consists of about 8 people. We're hoping at some point to have some office space in Fayetteville. We'd like to do that, but right now that's still off in the distance. And right now, I think people are okay with that. I don't think people are rushing to meet face to face with anybody. So we are doing our business right now 100% virtually on Zoom, which we're all getting very adept at using. So about our services, we don't charge for our services. We understand a lot of families, they're not going to have like a financial advisor would charge people a lot of times anywhere from like $500 to $2,000 to sit down with someone and do a full financial analysis of them. But we really want all of a family's money going towards their goals, their dreams. We don't want to take away from that. We want to help them get themselves into a better place financially. And we also don't expect people to have a chunk of money ready to be taken and allocated towards ventures or investments. Again, a lot of financial advisors, we've heard stories where they won't even talk to somebody unless they've got a chunk of money, ready to go. Sometimes as much as $10,000, ready and waiting, to be used. But we understand that is not the reality that a lot of families live in. So we meet people where they're at, whether they have a little, a lot, or nothing to initially work with. And that's where we start with people. Now, right now, to grow this business, we're relying on referrals, word of mouth. When we help someone, we're hoping that they will then tell their friends and their family and so on. That may not be the most efficient method, but it's proven to be very effective because we know that when it comes to money, you need to work with people you trust, and people that we've helped, they become that endorsement. They become that trusted source to family and friends saying, oh, these people help me. They know what they're doing. They're professionals and they got me into a better place. And so, maybe you want to consider their services as well. So right now, that's how our business model works. So yeah, we want to reach people. Right now, I guess let me ask, would you say it's a fair statement that nearly everyone could benefit from having their budget and finances looked at by a professional? Probably yes, right? Uh, but money is an unpleasant topic for a lot of people. It's breaking through a barrier. It's personal. Sometimes it can be embarrassing, especially if people have allowed to let it get out of control on them. Um, so there's challenges to overcoming that resistance, gaining that trust with people, getting this message and education out to as many people as possible. And, that's the challenge that we find before us. Um, so what we're doing is we're looking for any open doors in the community. We've begun doing some charity work in the area. We're teaching money basics to ex-prison inmates who are re-entering society, and some of these folks don't even have a checking account. They don't even have any savings. So it's really starting off at square one. And honestly, that's a good place to start because you can start them with good, solid basics from the ground up. It's kind of nice to be able to work with people like that. And we've also done presentations to churches on the correct biblical perspective on wealth, which I'm sure you're not surprised to hear. There's a lot of skewed ideas and off the path beliefs on how money should be treated. So that's kind of fun to do too. We love doing that for churches. And there are plans also in the works to present to schools, school faculty and staff on how to better prepare for retirement. So we're looking forward to doing those as well for people. And again, all complimentary. We don't plan to charge for any of that stuff. We just, a big part of our mission is that financial education piece. So we like to do that stuff, but really where we shine is in the one-on-one assistance that we can provide for people. Yeah, it's a slow process. And we're not provided with any capital to market or advertise. Like I said, it's 100% referral based right now. We are using social media to some extent. We're using Facebook, we're using Instagram to reach certain segments. Some we just broadcast out some messages, but we're targeting certain demographics that maybe are looking to change careers, that kind of thing. That's of course challenging. That's met with some success, limited success, because we know that there's just a sea out there, a sea of information that comes at us from social media. It's hard to rise above that. But that's our goal. Our goal is to offer our services to anyone and everyone that we can. Actually, we're hoping even to you guys today, we'd like to offer our services and hope that you guys see that value. Tell your friends and family about us. Let that business start growing there. And like I said, we do it all virtually. We've gotten very comfortable just doing this kind of setting with people. So thank God, actually, the pandemic has not affected us. We just really, there's a term in our company that says we don't panic when change comes. We don't panic, we pivot. So we pivoted to doing things virtually, and it has actually been a good move for our company. We've grown quite a bit. We're focusing on the local area, but our business now allows us to really spread the word to everyone in the country. And so that is, of course, a good thing. So we want to reach families, we want to reach individuals. And to do that more effectively, we're looking for people also to partner with us, part-time or full-time. We have found our company is one of the most inclusive and diverse companies I've ever seen. We have as many women and minorities as men being greatly successful in this line of work, and it's great to see. We do team trainings to connect with each other, to share with each other, and I would say more than not, we have women and minorities that present and show what's working for them and how they have found success in them. So it's a great environment to work in that sense. And we are well compensated for the assistance that we provide to families. people come into this from any background. The good news is too is that you don't need experience in the financial field to get into this line of work. And that is a great open door for people. We have had people that were plumbers, people that were general contractors, roofers. There's a roofer in Tennessee who ended up shifting his whole business to this. He found that he really enjoyed it. We had someone we heard from a few weeks ago in a meeting that was essentially homeless, lived under a bridge, and now in this company he is a millionaire. So he's found a great deal of success in this company. It's also interesting to note that a lot of people have joined our company, Pinnacle, out of the medical field. We have a lot of nurses and doctors because they've seen the value of when you help people get into a better place financially, it reduces stress in life, which is the cause of a lot of physical and emotional issues. They saw the opportunity to catch a lot of problems before they happen, before stress really starts, doing its thing on people. We have one doctor who, for this very reason, actually left his practice. It was about a $200,000 a year practice to join Pinnacle full time to help people in this preemptive way to help their health. And he has seen a difference. And he has not suffered from the change. He is also making $1 million plus per year as a salary now, or I'm sorry, just as an income, doing this work. We feel like in a lot of ways this job is a win-win. This business, we're helping people get into a better place financially, helping reduce their stress, and we are able to also get compensated for the work we do for them.
Yeah, we have a question from John. John Bender asks, what is your plan as far as getting people involved with partnering with you? So John, that's a great question. And kind of our plan is, it's, an individual, situation. Again, we're not doing like group interviews or anything like that. If someone is looking for additional opportunities or a whole new career path, it could be anything from, hey, we need a little extra income to, boy, I really need something different, completely. We actually have just individual conversations with those folks because we want to make sure, first of all, it's a good fit for them and for the team. And it's not really an interview as a classic interview, but it's more of a conversation, and we go over what a little more detail on what we do, how we do it, the compensation plans, and so on. And then I think Steve touches on this at some point. People who partner with us, this is federally and state regulated, so they do have to be licensed with the state with at least life insurance license, which covers a whole scope of what we do. And then we do extensive training. We never just sign somebody up and say, on your own. We make sure they're fully trained. We walk with them, and we continue to walk with them, for their entire career with us. So. Does that answer your question, John?
We hope so.
Yeah. He's only communicating via chat at the moment, but okay. Awesome. Thank you.
For my own self, just so people know, I also did not have a background in finances. I actually worked for Xerox for 23 years. I worked in the audiovisual field. But there was always a part of me that loved to teach. I know that drew me to this job. I loved imparting that knowledge and getting people in a better place. Excuse me. So that is a great feature of this. And there's it's just I think too I was a little trepidatious. I'm like, well, the teaching part's great, but then we've got to offer solutions to people, and that was concerning until I realized that the solutions that we had to offer people financially were things that I had never heard of. And I'm finding now as I have conversations with people, I would say 95% of people have not heard of these things. They've been given very conventional understanding of finances. and they don't not always aware of some of the other things that are available out there. And I had a lot of Zoom meetings with people, and I look at them and I see their eyes just get wide. They said, "Are you kidding? I've never heard of this way to handle money, how to take charge of money." And I got to say that almost everyone, I would say everyone I've talked to, either wish they either plan to take advantage of our services in some fashion, or wish they had some money to do so. And again, the solution for that is, well, we can get you get your cash flow improved. So that was very encouraging for me to see that this was something really new and unique. Honestly, what we're showing people has not been around that long in its forms. We go into some more detail when we can get with people one-on-one, but it was nice to offer something unique and really innovative as far as ways to take control of people's financial future. So that was cool. I was very excited about that.
And just in addition to that, Steve didn't have any financial training. I had no financial training other than, what everybody gets in high school and potentially college. But the training program that's in place, make sure you know everything you need to know. And again, never thrown just to the wolves. If you ever had questions, if we ever have a question, we can go, right up the line if something new comes up. We're like, hey, have you seen this? And 90% of the time, they've seen it and they can answer it. So you're never, all the training is there to make sure, financial background or not,
Yep,
you can help people.
Yeah, we've been in the business for about a year, but the other couple people we work with have been in the business longer. When we find some more challenging problems that come our way that a person may bring us, then we go up that line to them. Yep. And they're very knowledgeable. And then if they get a little stumped, they bring up the line to the next line above. So we find answers for people, even if we got to dig. So there's a lot of people, a lot of families out there who need good financial education, which many of us did not get growing up in our homes or public schools, like Patsy said. Or there are others who are out of a job or looking for a better job. You may know people in this position. So we're offering all those opportunities. And again, like we said, we're not looking for people with college educations. We don't even need someone with high school educations. This is open to nearly everyone. They really just need good at work ethic. They need the willingness to learn, desire to help people, and like Patsy said, the ability to get licensed.
They do have to be at least 18.
And 18.
But they don't have to have a high school diploma.
Yeah. So that's important because you're dealing with people and money matters. That is important. So this is an opportunity to become an entrepreneur. We all work for ourselves. We are our own boss. We can, which is great because then we can pursue our own dreams, our own goals, and not work for somebody else's dreams. And all the while helping other people reach their own dreams. So it's great. Like I said, its job kind of feels like a win-win. So, any questions?
I have one. Money does matter, Steve. So you say you don't charge for your service. Where does your revenues come from? What does your revenue stream look like?
Good question. Because we need to get paid. We all need income. Where we get paid is when we do an assessment with someone, we see what they need and we find out their goals and dreams. We see where they want to get to, and we provide that point A to point B to get them there. And it's whatever that solution is, whatever we may connect them with another financial institution, another agency, another firm that can solve their problem. And they're the place that pays us. So the money doesn't come from the client. The money comes from whoever we connect that client with. And the agencies we connect them with, what's nice about us is we're called non-captive, which means we don't work for any particular, we work for Pinnacle, but Pinnacle does not provide the products. What we do is partner with every other major financial industry in the country. And because we can partner with them all, we only pick the best, just the ones that they are rated, like rated A+. We're only going to work with the best companies out there. And these best companies out there have vast amounts of money in reserve. They need to. They're federally mandated to keep a lot of money in reserve. Like banks, the FDIC, what is it? They need to keep $1 in reserve for every, $10 that people put in the bank. The companies we work with literally are federally managed to do just the opposite. For every, okay, let me get this right.
For every $1.
For every $1 someone puts in, they need to keep 10 in reserve.
Right.
So they're considered the most stable financial companies in the world. This is what's our backbone of society. So these are the companies that we connect people with. And these are the companies that in turn pay us.
Right. So just to give you an idea, some of the companies that we work with, Transamerica, Nationwide, Pacific Life, Global Atlantic, Athene, and so on. There's probably 100 to 150, again, top rated companies. And we work with our clients and we shop for them for the best solutions.
Yeah. We like to explain it as we can shop the Amazon of the financial world for people.
Yep. So does that answer your question, Lori? Okay. All right. So Frederick Lowe has a question. He says, I am in the startup phase of my nonprofit. Do I contact you all personally if I had an event that I'd like to partner up with you all to offer your services? And the answer is yes. Yep. You would just partner with us, contact us directly. And I guess, I don't know, Lori, is Steve's contact name out to everyone? Is that something that we can do?
Yes, you may add that in the chat if you would like.
Okay, go ahead. Yeah, we'll put in my email, my phone number. We'd love to have offline one-on-one conversations with everyone.
So Steve, how do you go about reaching your new customers right now? I know you mentioned that you do social media, and I know that you do a lot of things, which I really liked was the fact that you go in prisons, because those folks coming out are going to need help in setting themselves up. I would also encourage you to look at maybe doing some guest speaking at school organizations. A lot of times clubs will have, or activities will need guest speakers, because they're in sore need of developing good habits early on. But other than your social media and your outreach that you're doing, how are you attracting new customers? What's your method?
Well, one of the things that we've done, and we would like to do more, it might be a little more challenging as we get into, a little colder weather. Not that this is anywhere near cold. We came from Rochester, New York, but we're looking for networking opportunities, events. Like we went out to the Day of Hope. That's how we connected with this situation with A Million Cups.
Right, at Hope Mills. Right, that was a few weeks ago.
Yep, and we went out to the Dogwood Festival, and really just introduced ourselves, to people, and business owners, and entities like the Chamber of Commerce, some other small business owners, and just said, hey, we're new to the area. This is what we do, and we'd love to help you, help anyone you know. And we've been able to build some connections that way. And that's how we connected with Cumberland County Reentry. I'm blanking on what it's called for the prisoners coming out. So we connected with those folks. We connected with another organization that they want us to talk to their youth branch, and we're hoping that connection happens, so we can do those types of things. So that's what we've done so far.
Yep. I think as we just need to learn about these events and these opportunities. Being new to the area, we've only lived here for a few months. We need to find out, what events are there? What organizations would welcome, speakers? Don't know where to look for those yet.
Right. Yep.
I can tell you that Douglasburg High School has a finance academy, and they're always looking for guest speakers.
Which high school?
Douglasburg High School.
Douglasburg?
And they have a finance academy.
Okay. Great. Yeah, we'll reach out to them. Yeah. I know we took a quick trip up to, was it Campbell University to the north. We talked with people there to see if there was also some opportunities to speak. So yeah, as we're finding out about them, we're trying to take advantage of them.
Yep. Yep. So I'm just jotting down inmates to entrepreneurs, and then Audra. So you posted that possibly getting a marketing student for to help with more marketing. That's definitely a possibility.
Mm.
Inmates to entrepreneurs was the other thing. Okay, love it. Okay. All right. That's wonderful suggestions.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Okay.
All right.
So
Any other suggestions about people or groups we could reach out to would be great. Or any other questions?
any questions on essentially like how we do what we do, or things like that?
Well, I want to circle back to what Lori was asking earlier, because I'm not quite sure on your revenue stream. Are you basically a referral service then, and you get paid from the companies that you refer people to?
I guess in a sense, yes. Although we end up doing a lot of the legwork because we're one-on-one with the client. We do like financial needs analysis one-on-one with them. We go out and we do the research. We find out what they need, and then really it's then finding that right company that can help them, and then we just reach out and say, this is what we need from you, and then they set it up from there. But a lot of the onus falls on us to do that, which is what it should be. We need to get to know people. They need to get to know us and trust us. So yeah, so we're the collection point, and we sit between that point A and that point B.
I have two questions for you, and both of them might be sound negative, but I'm trying to read into exactly what it is that you're doing. First one is that how many people do you have working under you?
Not well, because
Right now-
this is a new team.
Right now it's just under Steve is myself and one other person right now.
Okay, are you recruiting people to actually expand and go out?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Right.
All right.
Fayetteville is 200,000 people, and we can't connect with all of them. And then all their their connections.
The reason I'm asking this is because I'm really surprised at the amount of education that you're bringing in to giving advice to other people. It almost sounds like a certificate program to me. And why I was asking if you had people underneath you is this has, and I'm going to allow you to defend it, but I've seen this a million times, and it sounds like a pyramid thing, pyramid program, and which causes me some concern. So feel free to answer that.
Thank you. Yes, thanks for the opportunity, because this certainly is not a new question. And the best way to describe it is we're very much based on like a real estate model, where a real estate franchise will open, they will hire agents, and then those agents will work for that real estate office. And essentially this is the same kind of thing. The only difference is there is no franchise fee here. We know that franchise fees can run several hundred or $100,000 up. There is no franchise fee here, which is great. Also, too, a lot of times with a pyramid scheme, the only way someone above can make money is by people below them buying the products, right? And then recruiting more. So it kind of becomes a closed system where you're just buying products from the company, you support that company, and then the person above you gets a cut of that. What differentiates that here is that there's no need to buy a product. Just like a real estate agent doesn't need to buy a house to become a real estate agent. Right. People who work underneath us don't have to take advantage of the products. They're reaching out to people who need it. So, I mean, they can, and honestly, once someone does join our company, they see the value of getting their finances in a better place. They take advantage of the solutions. They do it, but there's no requirement to do it. So the money comes from, or the business and money comes from always external sources, from people we reach out to, we show the need. So that is also, flies in the face of a pyramid scheme as well. Any other thoughts? I think that kind of answers it, because that's really the bottom line of a pyramid scheme, is they need to keep tapping the people beneath them that they recruit for that income.
Right.
And we have no need to do that. Like I said, I reach out, the people I've reached out to with this business, I'd say 95% of them have no connection with the business, but they've never heard what we have to offer, and they want to take advantage of it.
Right.
So that to me says that is a solid standard business model.
Right. And it is regulated by the state,
Mhm.
so they would frown on something like that. So
Yeah.
So these people who work under you, are they your employees or are they independent contractors?
All independent. They all are become their own business people working for themselves, which is great. Money when they produce income, this is also another cool thing, which also differentiates from the real estate world, is they get paid, they find a solution for a client, they get paid by that company up there. Now in the real estate world, when an agent gets paid, a portion of what they get paid then has to go back to the franchise. It has to go towards advertising or overhead. What's great about this model is if there's an agent we've recruited, when they connect a client with a solution, they get paid, but we also get paid a percentage, but that also comes from that top line company. So it's a different revenue stream that comes to us. So nothing comes out of the pocket of someone who works beneath us. Nothing comes back out of their pocket back to us, which is also, again, not what the way a pyramid scheme is also designed. And it's great. And what it does is it encourages someone then to build a team, yes, so that there's revenue streams, there's residual income from this. We know people who have been in the business long enough, developed a big enough team under them where they no longer have to go out in the field and work. We just heard from somebody last week who makes about $20,000 a year, or I'm sorry, $20,000 a month in residual stream. But they love the mission and crusade of this company so much that we don't stop going out in the field. They want to continue to help people, continue to help families and spread the word. They keep working regardless. I don't know many people out there that once they can retire, that they don't retire. People in this company we find time and time again, they love what they're doing for people and they just keep doing it even though they don't financially need it anymore. So I think that speaks very highly of what we're doing for people.
Right.
Any other questions?
I'm going to try to ask this as delicately as I can.
Sure.
Okay. Let's say I'm a potential customer. And I know that you're getting these residuals from what you sell to the other companies. How do I know that you're not giving me what you're going to get the most profit off of from that company, or the biggest fee from that company, and you're doing what's right for me? How do you assure me as a customer that you're looking after my best interest, not your own pockets? I'm sorry if that comes out indelicately, but
No. Again, these are wonderful questions. I'm glad they're coming up because this touches on the industry. This also touches on things even within the real estate world. You will get real estate agents who just want to make that commission, who will sell a house, but yet you will also find real estate agents that really want to put the right person in the right house. When we moved into the area, we were fortunate. We found an agent who was an old Army engineer who was stationed at Fort Bragg, and he now lives in the area and works as an agent. And he really went to bat for us. He said, I know what you guys need in a house, and I will look for that. And, it wasn't like he was going to make a lot of commission. Honestly, it had to be a cash only deal. We couldn't get a mortgage right now because we're newly 1099. So he knew we didn't have a lot. He knew he wasn't going to make a lot of commission off on us, but yet he did his darndest to find us the right house for us. And in this world, and in the world we're in too, this financial industry world and insurance world, you will get agents that will say, yeah, I will sell this person the biggest contract, the biggest policy I can, so I get the most commission. Is that in their best? Is that in the client's best interest? Absolutely not. So it really comes down to who you're working with. And I want to say that I'm very grateful that my team, the people I work with, we don't hire just anybody. We're going to only hire people that we know have the kind of,
The heart.
yes,
Yeah.
the right heart to help people.
Yep.
And it is important because honestly, what's new, I know I mentioned that we're offering something new and unique. One of the new and unique things that we offer is, like, take life insurance is one of the things we offer, one of the financial services. A lot of times people look for, what do you look for? You look for what's the least money I can put towards something to get the biggest death benefit, right? That's the typical conventional way to look at it. It's like, all right, I only want to put a little bit, but I want a big death benefit from a life insurance product. We actually turn that completely on its head. And we say, well, what's the least amount, or what's the smallest death benefit that we can give you with something you can put the most amount towards? Because we get paid on the death benefit. We get paid on whatever that big size of that contract. If we're offering someone a life insurance policy, we're offering the smallest death benefit possible. Well, why would we do that? Because we're not going to make much money off of that. Well, we do that because, bear with me here a moment, the smaller the death benefit, the more money someone can put into it, the more they can benefit by what that money will do for them. There's many tax codes that protect a life insurance policy that work towards a person's advantage. One, just for an example, money that comes out of a life insurance, a cash value, is completely tax-free. People don't get taxed on that money. Not like so you can use it as a retirement income stream, tax-free. A lot of people don't know this. And you couldn't really conventionally do this 10, 20 years ago either. This is something fairly new that you can now look at it from this point of view and say, oh, I could take a retirement stream. So by allowing this to build the biggest cash value possible, people can take advantage of that cash value, not just a death benefit. Death benefit's nice, but ultimately when we're done with something, the death benefit becomes a cherry on top of something that people can utilize in a lot of different ways. So yeah, we do this so that we do this for the client's best interest. We want to see them get in the best place possible.
And it's because we are dealing with people's finances and we are, doing one-on-one, we need to build trust, and people need to trust that we're doing for them the best for them. So, what Steve's talking about, other things that we look at is, for example, I was helping out a young woman, college student about to graduate. She said, I want to get started on investing. She said, I have $100 a month. What can I do with that? And so I took a look at that, and she's a college student, understanding her situation. And I brought back 2-3 solutions for her. And yes, like you said, some of the companies pay a tiny percent more. They're all pretty much within, the same realm of, like, I don't know, 2-3%. But for her, she wanted a range of options for
funding it,
for putting her money in.
Right.
Like, what if I have a car repair and I can't put my $100 in this month? Okay, I totally get that. Or, I know I should be getting a bonus. I'd like to put, more in. So I showed her the options, and the option that had the bigger range, I got a little bit less money for. But I wanted to make sure she had what she wanted. And I'm like, you know what? And as a result, she's going to say, you know what? Next time she talks to somebody that she knows, she's going to say, hey, Patsy took care of me. She knows what she's doing. She's looking out for our best interest.
right?
And that's just one example. We have, many clients, but that was just a very specific thing. So,
and one other quickly, we were looking at someone's retirement, and they said, would this make sense to roll this into something better, a better solution? I spent hours researching it, and then came back and ultimately said, no, you know what? Your money is in the best place right now. It'll grow at its best. There is no reason to move it. There's no reason to touch it. Keep letting it grow. So I did my, it took some hours of research, but that happens sometimes. And I'm okay with it because, in the process, we're all learning more stuff too.
Yep.
So, yeah. Does that help you? Does that answer that question?
Okay.
Good. Yeah. So we're going to be very careful who we partner with. We're going to make sure that they truly, care about people, care about getting people in a better place. If we find someone that really is just looking out for themselves, they're not going to be a part of our team.
Right.
And you'll find that throughout, like I said, not just our world, but the real estate world as well.
Okay. So are we almost done time-wise?
Well,
Do we have a cutoff at 9:45?
So I'm going to ask, does anybody else have any further questions? If not, I'm going to take the last question. What can this community do for you? How can we help?
Well, right now, until we grow our base, I guess the word of mouth is still the best. A referral base, like I said, we would love and be willing to meet with everyone here one-on-one. Like I said, we all kind of need that person on occasion to step in and look at our own financial world from an external set of eyes. And like I said, sometimes we'll look at it and go, "You're doing fine," or we might say, "You know what, we can tweak this here or there, or we can find something better for you." We just love the opportunity to do that for people. So for you guys, we're gonna put out that offer. Or if someone comes to mind that goes, "You know what, I'm okay, but I know someone who kind of needs this service, who needs this education," then refer us. Or if you know someone who's out of a job or needs a better job, again, we're trying to build that team to get as much financial education to as many people as possible.
Right. Or if there's someone just looking for additional income stream, because unfortunately in this day and age, there's a lot of people who are one bad day away from not being able to pay their bills. One bad work situation.
Living paycheck to paycheck,
Yeah.
right? So we have an answer for that.
Yeah.
Yes. So that's it right now, but we will continue to keep our eyes open for those opportunities, like you mentioned, chances to speak at places, be a guest at certain places. We're going to keep our eyes open for that, and go forward, make a difference.
Well, thank you very much. It was a pleasure having you. I hope you'll come back and be a part of our audience in the future. Thank you, everybody, for coming and spending a little bit of time with us this morning.